Today we're talking about everything entrepreneurship, starting a business in Puerto Rico, and why, if you are an entrepreneur, Puerto Rico is the very best place for you to start a new business or buy a business. And we're going to talk about state of the end for and only in Puerto Rico combination strategy that's guaranteed to build wealth. All right, let's jump right in. Everybody, welcome back to the channel. We are in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and I could tell you about Puerto Rico and its positive population growth. I could talk about how, for the first time in over a decade, we have positive economic growth, but neither of those are really the reasons on why I think Puerto Rico is the very best place to be an entrepreneur today in this market, and why these combinations will guarantee you to grow wealth. What I'm going to tell you about today is opportunity zones and investing in businesses through an opportunity zone fund. So this is available to anybody. Yes, you can come to Puerto Rico from the States and take advantage of this. And yes, if you're a local resident of Puerto Rico, this is for you. So this is available to everybody, right? This is so powerful, guys. 98% of the island of Puerto Rico is inside of an opportunity zone. If you don't know what that is, you need to look it up. If you're thinking of starting a business anywhere in the country, you need to look up opportunity zones and figure out how you can take advantage of these awesome opportunities. And they're all over. They're in every state and every region of the United States. It just so happens that Puerto Rico is disproportionately more, 98%, rather than the rest or the other part of the United States. What investing in opportunity zones does for an entrepreneur is it allows you to invest capital gains money into your business, defer your capital gains tax till 2026, and if you leave your money inside of your QOF and inside of your QOZB, your Qualified Opportunity Zone business, while the business grows, after a 10-year period of time, you can then liquidate that business and take all of the money out with 000 tax. This is powerful. This is what self-directed IRAs, Roth IRAs, they're all encouragements for us to invest post-tax dollars and then have it grow and then not pay taxes for years and years. But this is not a tax deferment as much as it is this is a complete tax avoidance. Due diligence. That's your responsibility. I'm dropping dimes, people, but you've got to take this to the experts and you've got to find out what's right for you. That's on you, not on me. I'm not the expert. I'm just an entrepreneur who's telling you some stuff that I've seen. Yes, I'm taking advantage of these things, but believe it, I've set it up ahead of time. I've spoken to the experts, and I encourage you to do the same. If you're going to start a business anywhere in the United States, look for opportunity zones. Find out what an opportunity zone is. So we will also attach, maybe we'll just put it here in the video, there's a link here to the IRS that tells you all about opportunity zones. You can read about them for yourself. That's just step number one. Step number two would be to seek counsel. Seek wise counsel on everything, especially on something that's so important and so valuable. You don't want to mess this up. You don't want to get 10 or 15 years down the road and think that you've done everything right. And then when you go to liquidate, the IRS says, we're going to charge you a big old fat tax. That would be a bummer. That would be terrible. Still would encourage you to start a business. You don't have to do it inside of an opportunity zone. I just think that if you're doing it, especially if you're in Puerto Rico, you have to be thinking about this stuff. It's just that powerful, right? So there are a couple of strategies that are only in Puerto Rico. You can't do this in Florida or New York or California or Texas or Oregon or Vermont. You can only do this in Puerto Rico. First, the Young Entrepreneurs Act. All you've got to do to qualify for this one, guys, is be 35 years young or younger. And it doesn't matter if you're from the States or if you're a lifetime resident of Puerto Rico. Those are the qualifications, 35 years of age or younger. And you need to make sure you're starting the right kind of business. So again, seek counsel. I'm going to stress that because I can't give you everything in a 10-minute video here. Young Entrepreneurs Act, what it allows is zero tax on your first $500,000 in profit over, I believe it's a 4-year period of time. So I'm not a young entrepreneur. You might have guessed that by looking at my gray hair. But if I were 35 years or younger, I would have probably thought about taking advantage of this. Guys, taxes are why people don't have and don't create generational wealth. Taxes are one of the biggest reasons why that doesn't happen, right? So as a business owner, you want to keep as much of the money as you can so that you can pass it on to your relatives. That's how we start to think about creating generational wealth. So that's the first combination strategy, young entrepreneurs. The second one that I'll talk about today is export services. So Puerto Rico wants to encourage entrepreneurs to start export service businesses, which means that you would do exactly what it says, export coffee beans, export other goods, or even export just services like property management or consulting. It doesn't matter what you're doing, but as long as you're in Puerto Rico, inside of an opportunity zone, and exporting your service or your goods back to the United States, you can qualify for this export services. It used to be called Act 20. It's available to locals, it's available to people from the States, so there's no reason that anybody who's watching this shouldn't consider this and look into this. If this is something that you were thinking of doing anyway, if you were going to come here and set yourself up as an export services business, you might as well get an address inside of the 98% of the island that's an opportunity zone and take advantage of this exponential growth that you get to liquidate tax-free. So those are the two strategies that are only Puerto Rico. They're out of sight, out of this world, grand slam home runs. You must set everything up ahead of time so that you can qualify and take advantage of these wonderful, wonderful acts and strategies and only Puerto Rico situations. I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, smash the subscribe button. You know what to do. God bless everyone.